Don't tell me you want a bigger business, show me.
The more posts that you make, the better you get at it.
The lack of passion comes across from a lot of coaches, that they just don't actually care.
The content spectrum, trademarked. In this video, we are going to talk about the content spectrum that you should be using as an online fitness coach.
Hey guys, we are Dan and Mike from Business and Banter, formerly Biceps and Banter, and we're here today to help you with your online fitness business in any way that we can. And today we're going to talk about the content.
We've got a members group. Sorry,
spectrum.
It just
slipped out, did it? Yeah. The content spectrum. So some of you may have heard of our lead spectrum, which the link to that is in the description below. If you haven't heard of that. So we're going to do content spectrum, which is...
Oh, that's a little CTA for a lead magnet.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the lead magnet. That's
quite good.
What I was doing that for.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a lead magnet. So you are going to get emails off us.
Yeah, and we are going to show the members group, but
yeah,
that's fucking quality, so you should get in there anyway.
But you should be learning that system though, shouldn't you? So
you should be learning why that's important and why you should do that. So we're going to talk about the content spectrum, because we're here doing a YouTube video, podcast YouTube video, what would you call it? I call it both, whatever. And I literally sprung this on Mike only 2 hours ago, so it's brand new information. He said it was a good idea, so we'll run with it. Talk about the content spectrum, and I think that with coaches is that they don't quite understand sometimes when it comes to building a personal brand, where their content sits on the spectrum and how they need to kind of move through the spectrum in order to get high quality paying clients in their business, rather than just people that want to waste their time and don't see them as an authority. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. I was going to go to Mike and say, Mike, do you know anything to add to that? But it's in my head at the moment, so I probably should get it out.
It's in his head.
So he can't really comment on it.
And I'll just comment on the things that come out of his head.
So I'll describe it first, right, for you, and then Mike will then comment on it.
Give my opinion.
Essentially, the content spectrum is a spectrum.
Say spectrum more. I don't think we've said spectrum enough.
Spectrum. So we're on the spectrum, right? And it goes from highly engaging, kind of like 2 seconds of your time, Instagram Reels, Instagram stuff like that, to highly engaging stuff. This end where it's more of your time. I said highly engaging. I meant less engagement here.
He's already fucked it up. I'm
talking like views is what I'm trying to get at. Views, right? So on
Look
Instagram,
at the whole pie, Jenny.
Look at the whole pie. On Instagram, where you've got highly, like I said, highly engaged stuff, where you get very, very high views, and then you've got, just for example, a podcast, which gets low views on the other end of the spectrum, right? And your job as an online coach, in my opinion, half of it is being a content creator. Half of it is coaching your clients to get amazing results, but the other half of it that people don't like to hear is that you need to be a content creator. You need to make content every single day, and you should be driving people towards other areas of your content, like an email list, like YouTube channel, etc. And what coaches do a lot of the time is they focus solely on Instagram. Some TikTok, but the majority of people on Instagram, right? And all they do is focus on the content that's going to help them go viral. The 5 seconds or 6 seconds, the write in 3 lines, read the caption below, the stuff that just takes so little time, right? It's very, very kind of easy to make. It could be replicated, it could be copied, it could come from anyone. It doesn't really matter that it's from you. That's there, right? And that's what they focus on. Then you've got things like carousels, which maybe are further along that spectrum, where it takes a little bit more to know who you are, a little bit more time to read, a little bit more time to engage with, right? You then have social proof, which again gets a little bit less engagement, but again, useful to show who you are, show your authority, right? That's just Instagram. And then through that content spectrum, then you've got an email list, which is again longer form. You're going to get less viewers, less people interested, but very, very important to get people to understand who you are, the fact you're an authority, the fact that you've got a personal brand, right? Share more stories, more personality. Instagram stories kind of fits between Instagram posts and then the email list as well, in terms of creating a deeper bond with your audience. From emails, you then have the next thing, which is then going to be something along the lines of YouTube or longer form video. And then from there, you then got maybe a podcast, you do something there, and then you got maybe in-person events where you would go, again, even less people there. I believe that any solid online coaching business has all of those things. Again, those in-person events could be client events, could be client-only stuff, whatever. When I look at our business and what we've done and what we've achieved, I know the majority of the clients that we work with have watched or digested that stuff that's on that higher end of... It requires a lot more of your time versus just a quickly digestible, easy to digest stuff on Instagram. And I don't think enough coaches are moving people through this content spectrum and moving them through that process. And I don't think they're giving it enough time and thought into the longer form stuff and where it plays a part in this. Because the common thing you get from people when they come to YouTube and they come to emails is that I just don't have that many people on the list, or just don't have that many people watching it. And everyone starts in the same fucking place with this, right? We had hardly any views on this. In fact, we used to get more views in fitness than we do now with this. Because you don't share it around with all your mates and you don't shout about it, you don't tell everyone how amazing it is. So it's your fault. But coaches don't want to do it because it takes more time for less views. But the quality of those views and the quality of that viewer is far, far higher, and they're far more likely to become a client than the person that watched one of your reels that went viral and got 1 million views but doesn't actually know your name, right? So when it comes to your content, I think it's important that you spend a disproportionate amount of time on that stuff that is up this end of the spectrum. I keep doing it like this because you've just seen me go through the spectrum. Good job it's not audio, isn't it? Because I think too many coaches focus on just producing more and more and more of the reels, and they're not doing enough, anywhere near enough, in my opinion, of the longer form stuff, because it's a little bit more difficult, a little bit more time consuming, and there's no immediate dopamine hit that comes with it. But I know from the businesses that I work with that the people that do that tend to have the more stable business with more revenue and more clients in it on the whole.
Yeah. I think in terms of by no means does that mean don't do reels, by the way. You know what coaches like, they'll take that as read.
I
just want to say that. So like I've kind of used this before. Probably won't influence him, to be fair.
So you credit another comedian when I use it.
You're not a comedian, but so like let's just say if you post a reel every 3 days for 30 seconds, just because it's going to help my maths out, right? So every 3 days, over a year, 365 days, so it's roughly 120, right? If it's every 3 days, so a third of the full year. And it's 30 seconds, so that's an hour, right?
Good math.
There's the maths. So you've made 60 minutes worth of content, basically, for the year. Well, that's 3 YouTube videos that you could put out in 3 weeks. Or let's just say an email takes 5 minutes to read, so that's 20 minutes a month for those emails. Again, times that by the 12 months, you're looking at what's that going to be? It's going to be 200 minutes, 240 minutes, 2 hours via email. But YouTube is going to be so far along. Again, if you're making let's make the maths easy again. You go 15 minutes of YouTube.
We like easy maths here.
Yeah, 15 minutes of YouTube a week. So you go, it's an hour a month. So then you go, it's 12 hours, right? For the year. Simple. You're just going to build up know, like, and trust so much quicker. Like, so much quicker. And on a longer format piece of content, you're going to be able to demonstrate knowledge, personality, just a lot more. So not only are you getting more watch time, but you're able to express yourself in deeper detail. It's much more difficult to try to cram into 30 seconds any real kind of personality or kind of knowledge or value or opinion, and that's where people do try to hack certain things. And certainly those fucking 3 second reels and 8 second, it used to be 7 or 8 second reels, didn't it? What are you hoping for, man? Like,
I just don't think any reputable business is going to rely on that and use that as a marketing strategy, right? And that's the thing, is it's always people that are looking for the quick hacks and quick things, from that point of view. But like, you alluded to a good point there. It's like you have to have the bases covered. So the other thing about it, when I talk about the spectrum with my clients, is that for me, you have to earn the right to move to the next bit. And obviously, like, there's elements to it where I think I'd always encourage you to use email regardless. But I also sit there and go, yeah, but sending out an email a week is also pointless if you're only posting once on Instagram. It's kind of redundant. You've got to make sure the audience are there in the first place, right? So the Instagram's your audience builder, and then obviously the rest of the platforms are then your audience intensifier, if you want to use a fancy word. But I think that for me, I'm like, if you can't post on Instagram 6 times a week, minimum, by the way, that should be a bare minimum. Literally, bare minimum, right?
And the rest.
And if you can't get on your stories every day, there's no point you worrying about an email list just yet, in my opinion.
I can't believe we have to say 6 times a week, honestly.
I'll give you a day off, right? I'm being extremely kind.
Yeah,
I know.
We've said this before on other stuff. You should want to post.
You should
want to post.
I think we've taken our longest period of time off social media in the last 4 weeks. I think when I was back in the UK, I think I posted maybe 3 times each week, 4 times a week, maybe collabed on a few posts for those 3 weeks. And I was kind of like, well, I also know that I scheduled 20 emails through that period. Over a 7-week period, I scheduled 20 emails, and we had 2 YouTube videos going out as well. I think that's a bare minimum, again, being on your stories. Then you start looking at that and going, right, I need to send out an email a week. Once you've done that, you then go, right, 2 emails a week. And then from there you go, right, now I can probably do a YouTube video. And like, my point is that it stacks on each other, because that's just, again, you need to develop those habits of building out that content and doing it that way. But one extraordinary thing that happens when you start to post more YouTube and you start to go down that route of posting more longer form content is you instantly get better at the short form content. You start to see what people want to hear. You have more content that you can post. You have more things that you can talk about. But your goal, in my opinion, should be to get to that end of making YouTube. It should be to get to that end point of wanting to make that long form, detailed, content that people love and like to see. The reality of this, like I just said, is 6 posts a week on Instagram minimum. Again, like you say, Mike, I think you could be easily 10 to 12, no doubt about it.
So right. This has probably been the worst. Yeah, I've made 24 in 30 days,
Have you? Yeah. That's bad for us. Mine's been a lot less than that. I'll hold my hands up to that.
24 in 30 days.
Right. What's mine been?
It's not going to be that bad. Yeah, I'll just count back. Right, I'll count back on yours. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. 24 was July the 21st, right? So you're going...
That's 24th today, so not too bad. Yeah,
24, 22 you've made.
22, yeah. That's me sitting in now telling you that is atrocious for me. I mean atrocious, like we've been awful. We have been awful with content and how much we posted. But there's also been 3 emails a week going out and a YouTube video a week going out alongside that.
And for us, look, there's less incentive to post because of like where businesses are and where we need it to be, and it doesn't need to grow, and we look to maintain, and we've already got a waiting list until fucking February 26. Like, so there is less incentive, and we're still posting that amount, right? There's less incentive, but back in the day, we couldn't wait to stick stuff out. Like, yeah, we were laughing and joking, sticking YouTube out, doing food challenges, doing vlogs, dicking around, doing the short form stuff, making jokes, doing fucking Gogglebox spoof videos. Like we couldn't wait. We couldn't wait to stick it out because you go, this is an opportunity to grow something, to build. Like on the way up is the most exciting part, and you go, you've got free advertising space. So like, just to pick up and you go 6 times a week, you go, we aiming for 6 times a week, really? It's like, okay, like if somebody's going through a bit of a hard time, a bit of a struggle, I'll go, look, take the pressure off. We can post 5-6 times a week. But do you know, if you really want to put your foot down, other people are posting 10-14 times a week. Like, why aren't you? I mean, we've done a video about launches, and you look at Alex Hormozy posting 5 times a day. You go, that's in his launch. I know that he also went through a period of posting however many posts he was making a week across all platforms. It was literal hundreds, like literally hundreds of times a week he was posting across all platforms. And you go, oh, I couldn't do that. No, you couldn't. No, but I bet you could make 9. Like I bet you could, if you learned how to make content properly, if you were efficient with your time. That's the biggest fucking thing. I'm telling you now, that's the biggest thing. It's one of the biggest things I work on with my clients. And I go, right, let's have a look at your week. What are you actually doing? Oh, I'm wasting loads of time, aren't I? Yep. Speak to some coaches. How many check-ins are you doing an hour? 2. Fuck 2. Like 2. How long are your check-ins? 10 minutes. So where's the rest? Where's it going? Like, you'd be sacked if you're in another job. So we should be wanting to post. And guess what? The more posts that you make, the better you get at it. Like, that's another thing.
Yeah. I just don't. I think a huge part of it with coaches is not having the belief in themselves. Like I've said this before about launching, and they don't believe in their product. They don't believe it's the best thing, and I don't think that coaches believe in their content. I don't think they believe in their message. I don't think that they care enough. I'm just going to say it now. I don't think they care enough. I don't think that they give a shit enough. I think for us, we wanted to. Again, when we came into this, we wanted to upset an industry. We wanted to we wanted to make our mark in the way that we know how. But like, you've got to be relentless with that. Then you can't just, but we'll just put out a post every other day. Oh, we'll just kind of say some things. No, all the fucking time. Like you say that, I think it's to be fair. Like it's made me realise sometimes. I think that maybe I'm not harsh enough on some of my clients when they post, like say 7 pieces in a week. I'm like, right, well now, and I do say to some of them, I'm like, right, double up on some days. Let's post twice, morning and evening. Why not? And I think that the lack of passion comes across from a lot of coaches, that they just don't actually care.
Yeah, they go through the motions.
Yeah, they don't actually care about their content. Whereas I think about, like you said, about Sky Sports, we cared. We were doing this for fun. We were doing this because we enjoyed it. Yeah. Think about all the spoofs that we used to do and all the spoof shit we used to do, because we used to love taking the piss out of the industry.
Even in the last year, we're still doing it.
Yeah, we did the Gary Neville, we did the Gary Neville interview, we did the Stephen Bartlett interview.
Dragon Zen.
We did all that stuff because we enjoyed it. And
Mentor Showdown.
I'd be there editing it, and he'd be going, "Come on, hurry up! We're not post this. Want to post it?" Like,
Leroy.
Yeah. There's loads of them. Like
Business Mentor Maths.
Yeah.
The Our Journey 3 with Jake and Jake.
Yeah.
Still doing it.
Still doing it. Just doesn't feel like it sometimes, does it? The amount we post. I have to say to coaches, like, again, that spectrum we talk about is only going to work if you actually genuinely give a shit and you care and you've got something you want to shout about. I just don't think many coaches actually care. Like, and that's a challenge to you all. If you actually cared about it, you'd be good. And me and Mike only said this today, actually, at the gym we were talking. I think you're going to see a lot more from us of just random off the cuff talking to the camera and just ranting and talking shit, because we recognise that sometimes the biggest bottleneck for a lot of people is that, you know, getting it filmed, getting it edited, getting it captioned up, all this sort of stuff. And I think there's a lot to be said for sometimes just being passionate and saying what you want to say and filming it and posting it. Again, I don't think enough coaches are doing that. I also don't think enough coaches, by the way, as much as I talk about the editing and the polishing and making it look good, I also don't think they do enough of that as well. I think you need a mix of the two. I think that we're doing this now, we're doing this here, and this is going to be well shot and well edited. I think this, alongside us ranting and raving, I think you need to do both. I think you need to do all of it. You know, not enough coaches are looking at YouTube and trying to do good angles, different things, and talk about Dudley of his content. No one's trying to do this stuff. So when that happens, they go, "Oh my God, that looks great." It's just practice, mate. It's just practice. It's just trying different things. It's actually thinking outside the box. But coaches don't. They just go, "I'm just going to talk about calories again." Guys, here's the high protein food you need. Oh, for fuck's sake, right? If you're doing that, give up. Let's start getting some passion back in the industry. Let's start talking about things we want to talk about. And then the content isn't difficult. Making it isn't difficult. It's not hard because you're just saying what's in your head. Just not enough coaches doing it. Not enough of you planning it out, thinking about it, with the longer form stuff and with the well edited stuff, and then not enough of you are just on the fly, just talking to your camera and saying, "I need to share this, I need to fucking talk about it," because it's doing my head in. Do it. Should be everywhere. If you want to grow and you want the clients and you want the business you want, fucking prove it. Make content in a way that shows me that. Like, again, without being a fucking one of these knobheads and wankers that uses these phrases, but like, actions speak louder than words, right? I say that to coaches all the time. I say, don't tell me you want a bigger business, show me. Don't just tell me you want to make better content, make it. Show me. It's the only way I believe you. Because I don't think many coaches do. Actually don't think they do at all. So there you go.
The content spectrum. Trademarked.
Turned a bit of a rant in the end, didn't it? Have a good one.
Bye.